What's up everyone, and welcome back to my channel. If you've been following the Ruby Franke and 8 Passengers saga like I have, then you know that story has been filled with a lot of darkness and controversy. But today, I have some genuinely heartwarming news to share that's going to make you smile. Ruby Franke's eldest son Chad just got engaged, and honestly, this might be the best update we've gotten from this family in years. Let's dive into it. For those who might be new here or need a quick refresher, Chad Franke is the 20-year-old son of Ruby and Kevin Franke. He was featured heavily in the early days of the 8 Passengers YouTube channel, but as many of you remember, he kind of disappeared from the vlogs around 2022. At the time, viewers speculated about why he wasn't appearing in content anymore, and honestly, looking back now, it makes a lot more sense. Chad was essentially the oldest kid dealing with everything that was happening behind the scenes with his family. When his mother Ruby was arrested in August 2023 for child abuse charges alongside Jodi Hildebrandt, Chad's life completely changed. Ruby was later sentenced to prison in February 2024, and his parents' divorce was finalized just this past March. But here's the thing about Chad: instead of letting all that trauma define him, he's been quietly building his own life. He started real estate school in July 2024, and by February of this year, he was working as a licensed realtor. He's been sharing bits of his journey on social media, and it's been really inspiring to watch him create his own path. Now, let's get to the big news. On June 15th, so literally just a few days ago, Chad posted to his Instagram announcing that he got engaged to his girlfriend Kam Anderson. In the post, he wrote, "Best day I've ever had," and honestly, you can just feel the genuine happiness radiating from that announcement. From what we can see, Chad proposed during a camping trip with friends, which is so perfectly normal and sweet. No cameras, no drama, no content creation, just a young man proposing to the woman he loves in a beautiful, private moment that he chose to share with his followers. The engagement photos and videos show Chad looking genuinely happy and relaxed in a way that honestly, we rarely saw during the 8 Passengers era. He's wearing casual clothes, he's surrounded by friends, and most importantly, he looks free. That might sound dramatic, but if you followed the family's content over the years, you know what I mean. Kam Anderson seems to be a really positive presence in his life. From what I can see on their social media, she's been supportive of his real estate career, and they appear to have a healthy, normal relationship, which is honestly everything we'd want for Chad after everything he's been through. The response from viewers has been overwhelmingly positive, and rightfully so. People who followed 8 Passengers and watched Chad grow up on camera are genuinely excited for him. The comments are filled with support, congratulations, and a lot of people expressing how proud they are of him for building his own life. What's really touching is seeing how many people are commenting about how healthy and happy he looks. There are tons of comments like, "You deserve all the happiness in the world," and "So proud of how far you've come." It's clear that people who watched him during some really difficult times are now celebrating this incredibly positive moment with him. Even his sister Sherry, who has been very open about the family's struggles, has been supportive. The whole thing just feels like a genuine celebration of someone who has overcome a lot and is now building something beautiful for himself. I think what makes this engagement announcement so significant is what it represents in terms of Chad's journey. This is a young man who grew up in the public eye, dealt with family trauma that eventually became a national news story, and somehow managed to come out the other side focused on building a healthy, normal life. Think about it, he's 20 years old. He has a career in real estate that he's passionate about, he's in what appears to be a loving relationship, and he's making the choice to share his happiness with people who have supported him. That's emotional maturity and resilience that honestly not everyone would have in his situation. The fact that he proposed during a casual camping trip with friends also speaks to how he's choosing to live his life now, authentically, privately when he wants to be, and on his own terms. This isn't about content creation or views or drama. This is just a young man who found love and wants to celebrate it. And can we talk about the timing? His mother is currently serving time in prison. His family went through a very public and traumatic scandal, and yet here he is choosing joy and love and moving forward. That takes incredible strength. If you watched 8 Passengers content over the years, you know that Chad often seemed like he was carrying a lot of weight on his shoulders. He was the responsible older brother, he dealt with a lot of the family's strict rules and punishments, and towards the end of the channel's run, he just seemed tired. Seeing him now, engaged and happy and building his own life, it's like watching someone who finally gets to breathe. The contrast is honestly striking. This is what healing and moving forward looks like, and it's really beautiful to witness. He's shown that you can acknowledge your past without letting it define your future. He's not pretending the trauma didn't happen. But he's also not letting it stop him from building something good for himself. Looking forward, 8:30 to 9:30. As for what's next for Chad and Kam, obviously they'll be planning their wedding and continuing to build their life together. Chad seems to be thriving in his real estate career, and it's clear that he's found his footing as an independent adult. I think what's most important is that Chad gets to write his own story now. For so many years, his narrative was tied to his family's YouTube channel and then later to the scandal and trauma. But now he gets to be Chad the realtor, Chad the fiancé, Chad the young man building his own future. And that's exactly how it should be. Honestly, this is the kind of update I love to share with you all. After covering so many heavy topics related to family YouTube channels and the Ruby Franke situation, it's incredibly refreshing to share some genuinely good news. Chad Franke deserves all the happiness in the world, and it's beautiful to see him finding it. Congratulations to Chad and Kam. May their engagement and future marriage be filled with all the love, support, and healthy communication that every relationship deserves. You know what really gets me about this whole story? Chad could have easily let his past define him. He could have become bitter, he could have retreated from public life entirely, or he could have used his family's notoriety for attention. Instead, he chose to quietly build something meaningful. He got his real estate license, he's working hard in his career, he found love, and he's sharing his joy in the most genuine way possible. This engagement announcement feels like the end of one chapter and the beginning of another. For years, Chad's story was intertwined with family dysfunction and scandal. Now, his story gets to be about love, career success, and building a healthy future. That's not just inspiring, it's proof that you can overcome incredible challenges and still create something beautiful. I also think there's something to be said for how he's handling his public presence. He's not exploiting his past for views or sympathy. He's not creating content around the drama. He's just living his life and occasionally sharing the good moments with people who care about him. That shows real maturity and wisdom. For anyone watching this who might be dealing with their own family trauma or difficult situations, Chad's journey is proof that healing is possible. It might not happen overnight, and it definitely takes work, but you can build something good even after going through something really hard. What do you think about Chad's engagement announcement? Are you as happy for him as I am? And what do you think this means for his future and his relationship with his family? Let me know in the comments below, and if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more commentary content. I'll see you in the next one.